Imagine you asked a lady out.
Okay.
Then she agreed to date you. But she says no sex until marriage.
Okay.
Would you continue the relationship?
Yeah, I would. Reason being, number one, I love women who have values and boundaries, right?
Okay.
And for me, it speaks a lot about who the woman is and her personality. Because I am a Christian as well. And I believe that this person, of course, that I want to go into a relationship with is also a Christian. And so, of course, you see how important that value is and that boundary and respect for wanting only sex until after marriage. And so definitely for that reason, I would stick with her.
Wow.
Rather than go with any other girl that would want to have it with me.
Well, your reply is nice. I mean, I was actually expecting you to say no, you wouldn't continue the relationship.
Why?
Considering the generation we are in, the Gen Z generation.
So the funny thing about this whole conversation is this.
Yeah.
These are all ideas we've come up with to like just, enjoy ourselves and do what we want to do. I do not believe that there is a need to want to test anybody to see if somebody is good for something or not. Now, I know people will use the example like, when you want to get a car, right? You would usually want to just test the car and be sure that the car is good for you. And I'm like, okay, yes, that's a car, right? But this is a human being we're talking about. This is a guy or a girl. Why would you want to take the person out for a spin and see if the person works or not? At the risk of like a lot of issues, unwanted pregnancies, HIV or AIDS, like, come on, dude. And then you're also talking about, from the other aspect of it is like, if the only reason why you would want to even have sex or test and be sure that that person is good for you or compatible is the idea that it only comes from the idea of you've had relationship sex with other people, and so you want to be sure that this person can satisfy you in bed when you get married. But then it's like, who said, and I ask, who said that sex defines compatibility? Where was he ever stated? In what generation did you hear that sex defines compatibility? Because at the end of the day, it's like, sex doesn't define compatibility. It's one of the pleasures that you enjoy in marriage. It just complements the union of the man and the woman. What defines if you are compatible has to do with your values, your boundaries, your beliefs, right? Your ideologies. These are things that form, right, what you would say will make somebody compatible with you or not. If I am going south and the girl is going north, how are we compatible? It means that we'll always be a turn between ourselves, right? It means I'm dragging her here, she's dragging me here. We need to do this, but she thinks she wants to do this. I'm like, we are not going the same way, right? There is no precedent that would tell you that he's going to marry a harlot. No president wakes up and says they're going to marry a harlot. Like, bro, look how you are representing a country. And what is she doing? Like, or which millionaire or CEO, one of the millionaire women, right, of one of the like top 500 in Forbes will go and marry a street gang? Like, for what purpose?
I mean, well, I saw a video on the internet the other day. I saw, I think, a young lady between the age of 17 to 18. She was like confidently saying she has over 20-something body count, and so I was like, and what's going on here? And again, I saw another, I think 2 years back or so, I saw another video of one of our popular celebrities in the country, and he was being interviewed by someone with his wife, and then he said, your has different sense or different mind of its own. Like, if he decides to sleep with a woman, you don't have a choice, you can just sleep with a woman, right? So, I mean, you're giving me this response now saying you can actually wait till marriage, as in this is like 1 out of million, right? Because I was actually expecting you to say you wouldn't continue the relationship.
But there will always be exceptions to everything, right? But so there are like a lot of things I want to answer to this, right? And I hope I don't forget them. Number one being that, when did your have its mind of its own, have a mind of its own, right? We are all human beings. You are not the first human being to stick with one woman and stay with her till the end of their days, right? Why would your just wake up one day and desire a particular woman? If you do, I mean, these are ideas we'll feed ourselves with to just make us go and do the things that we know that are wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
It is wrong. Like, for what reason? And again, in the aspect of like building a relationship, right, and determining if somebody is good for you or not, right? Like I said, you don't have to take the person out and say, both of us, let's go and have sex so that I can be sure that you can satisfy me in bed. And this whole thing comes because there's a craving, there's a desire they've created from the things that they've done in the past. Now, sometimes it's their fault, other times it's not people's fault, right? So, for example, in the case where someone is raped now, right, there's suddenly now that desire for like sex and all of that thing, and it's like they can't help it. But then there are situations or instances, and these are the ones I'm particular about, are the ones that they say, let's have sex so I'll be sure that you can do me good and everything. And then you now meet a guy who you guys have sex and you have it like you do everywhere, on the floor, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, like literally everywhere. And then you're not like, oh, and then let's say you guys broke up, you now meet another guy, you guys did like one thing. It's like there are all of these whole things